Nation, family, what's good? What's good? Sorry, I'm late. Had to get caught up on some things, man. Welcome everybody in the building. If you're joining us over on the X or the Twitter, man, welcome. Appreciate y'all. If you're doesn't look like I'm on Instagram, I don't know where I'm at, but appreciate everybody in the building. Do the Las Vegas have enough players on this roster to keep? The Las Vegas Raiders have 23 free agents. Last year we had 26 free agents. They let all the expensive, good players that were drafted Raiders, that were franchise guys, right? They let all those good guys go, and they kept, the cheap guys, and they brought in guys on the cheap. Do the Raiders have enough players in this building? We're going to go over that, who they have in the building, who's worth keeping. Is this a complete rebuild? Do we need to tear it down? Do we need to fire Chip Kelly? Do we need to fire Pete Carroll? Do we need to get rid of Geno Smith and just pay him his money and say bon voyage? Yes, yes, and yes to all of those, I believe. But we're going to break it down, man. We're going to break it down. Also, Shedeur Sanders is getting his first start in the NFL. He played a little bit, second half last week after a Dylan Gabriel injury. If you follow me on X, RaidersRebel _ shout out to you. If you don't follow me on X, go follow me on X if you're down with the Twitter stuff. I posted on there the other day, probably about 8 days ago, that Shedeur would get his first start against the Raiders. I do believe nobody else was posting that at the time. I didn't see it anywhere. Anyways, it's all over the internet now. Shedeur will start versus the Las Vegas Raiders, and Tom Brady, his mentor, who did not draft him when they had a chance. They let the man fall all the way to the 5th round. The Raiders had a first, a second, 3 third-round picks. I don't know if they had a 4th. I do not believe. A 4th, no 5th, and 2 6th, right? I do believe. So the Raiders had ample opportunity to draft Shedeur Sanders, a guy that Tom Brady, like I said, had mentored, for a while now. Out there practice with them, showing them ropes, guy that he calls when he needs, somebody to talk to, when he has questions, when he needs help. Tom Brady has been that dude. But they passed on Shedeur Sanders, right? And will we get, we already know Shedeur Sanders and his arrogance, cockiness, confidence, whatever you like to call it, right? We all know that he's going to be ready. He's going to be prepared. He thinks, if you watch his interviews, he believes he's that guy and he's ready for this. Are we going to get a Shedeur Sanders that's going to come out and, just make the Raiders look bad with the Cleveland Browns, like the Colts have done, like the game we just watched on Monday Night Football in front of the whole entire world? The Dallas Cowboys just destroyed us. Who else destroyed us? The Chargers, the Commanders. I mean, the list goes on and on. So will it be another one of those games with Shedeur? Also, Aiden O'Connell, man, if you're an AOC guy, the cerebral assassin is back. Will he get in the game ever? Probably not. We all know the love for Pete Carroll and the infatuation that he has for Geno Smith. So, yeah, we all know how that scenario goes. Geno can do no wrong. He thinks he's, the greatest thing since sliced bread. And you can't make no mistakes. On the other hand, you got guys all over the field making mistakes and are not making mistakes and getting punished for it, right? Darian Porter Jr., the rookie, a lot of people I know I did, thought he was going to be the starter to start the season. It was a given. Yeah, he's young. Yeah, he only has 1 year experience, but his raw talent, his athleticism, being a receiver, the knack to go find the football and go get the football, I thought was great for a great fit for the Raiders needing a corner, right? And I thought Darian Porter Jr. was, going to be that guy. Well, he's played well when he's out there, and he's still not out there. Pete Carroll is loyal to his guys, and he believes that, Geno's going to come through for us. We hear it every press conference, right? Geno's going to come through. I have no problem saying that. I have faith, right? So if you watch the press conferences, I don't know how you do, but, as a content creator, I have to have something to talk about on here daily for my fans, for my people, not fans, for my people, for the Raider family. So I have to get stuck watching this garbage and this nonsense of Geno Smith saying, blame it on me. If your car breaks down, blame it on me. If your kids, get in trouble in school, blame it on me. If you have the worst team in the NFL, blame it on me. If you have a quarterback with 13 interceptions, blame it on me. Yes, we're blaming it on you, bro. We're blaming it on you. And the offensive line and the rest, But, there's been people that have said, that have come out. There have been people that have told me that Chip Kelly is doing exactly what he is asked to do, not run the ball, right? Pete Carroll wants Geno to be the star. He would rather die, with his legacy and trying to make Geno, that star so maybe he can play for another couple years in the NFL. Again, I don't know what the infatuation is between Pete Carroll and Geno Smith. He acts like it's his kid, but he cares more about Geno than he does the Las Vegas Raiders, and he's shown that not once, not twice, not 3 times, but in 11 games this season by keeping Geno out there, by not giving us our best opportunity to win, whether it's Kenny Pickett, whether it's Aiden O'Connell, whether it's I don't care. Put anybody back there at quarterback. There's guys wide open. Yes, I know the offensive line struggles. Yes, I know JPJ should have been center, and now we're putting them at center. None of it makes sense, right? None of it makes sense. I think Pete Carroll is fishing at this point, and he's just trying to find whatever he can to make himself look good and possibly get another opportunity. He's stuck in this mindset that the Raiders are a win now. Shout out to everybody in the building. He's stuck in this mindset. The Raiders are in a win now scenario when they haven't won nothing, when we can't win anything. We can't even compete. The all 22 show up tomorrow. I'm going to break down all 22. There's other guys out there that do it. Shout out to 805 Raider and Severe and Chris and them. Go watch theirs, but make sure you pull up in mine and watch mine also, because I have a different take on a couple different things. But Will Putnam is a guy that I believed in, right? He's got that dog in him. He's got that fire. Is he the greatest? Nah, but this is his first start in the NFL after coming in last week and playing guard. I don't believe a wide zone, an inside zone, an outside zone blocking scheme fits him, right? What fits him is power. What fits him is a man scheme, right? You got this man, I got this man, and go get your man and do your 111. I think that fits Will Putnam much better, but we've seen this coaching staff make mistake after mistake after mistake and make players look bad. And, Pete Carroll's making Geno look bad. He's trying to, gas this guy up and let everybody, believe that Geno is still playing great and the rest of the team is why we're struggling. Sorry, I got to fix this damn seat. That the rest of the team is why we're struggling. It's the receivers, it's the running backs, right? It's the running back that couldn't get out of the goal line and got a safety when you have 2 offensive linemen, Alex Kappa, who's supposed to be a veteran. I don't know if that's the way he was supposed to block, but everybody on that line blocked one way and DJ Glaze blocks the other way. So show up tomorrow, we'll break it down more. But man, when you have just bad communication on the line, that's not the players, that's not the coaching. Yes, Ashton Genty with his hop step, and I've talked about that on this channel over and over again. It's killing him, right? Whoever's teaching him that he needs to, make a jump cut or make a move. I know they teach, right? Patience, right? Slow to the hole, fast through the hole, right? You take your time, you survey the field, right? And then you make your moves. But it's never stopping your feet. A running back never stops his feet. There is never a time where you stop your feet, maybe for a half a second when you're making a jump cut, but as soon as you land, your feet are moving again. So as soon as you try to make a jump cut or a hop or a juke move, you're flat-footed. And as soon as you're flat-footed, you're dead in the water, right? Especially when there's 3 dudes in your face. As soon as you touch the ball, you got nowhere to go. So I believe there's problems with this offensive line. I believe there's problems with the players. We drafted a guy 6th overall. It doesn't seem to be working. Is it all his fault? No, I don't feel like it is. I feel like the pass plays, the timing of the plays they're throwing it to him, the timing of the pass plays, the guys over there stopped on the sideline going, damn, okay, so this was a design play for me. I ran my route. Why am I just standing here, right? And as a running back, you shouldn't be standing there, right? You should be, go out, run another route, do something, but you should never be standing there waiting for the ball. And I see a lot of that. I see a lot of Genty getting the ball when he's flat-footed, standing in the passing game, when you should get the ball on the move. So we have a lot of problems, man. We have a lot of problems, but we have a bigger problem. You have Myles Garrett. You have the Cleveland Browns defense. That not just Myles Garrett, but you have a rookie over there in Mason Graham that is strong, that is powerful, that is going to eat Will Putnam. He's going to eat Alex Kappa alive. Do the Raiders change up their offensive line again? We know they're stubborn, right? We know when they make a decision, they stick with it. They made a decision to go with Will Putnam. Is it for the rest of the season? If that is the case, you need to just scrap the whole offensive line, right? I feel like you need to move on from Alex Kappa. Obviously, I don't care if he's a veteran and he has leadership and he knows football. At this point, we know what he's got. We don't know what anybody on this offensive line on the practice squad has. And I feel we need to find out. But let me pop on these eyeballs, get into the chat, see who's in the building. Appreciate y'all pulling up. It's going a bit slow tonight. Want to turn off IG. It doesn't even say it's on my end. I don't know, but it is what it is. Jason Ruiz in the building. Hawaiian Candy, I appreciate you. Soul Snatcher. Geo Megs, first one's in the building. I appreciate y'all. El Pistafo, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you pulling up. As always. Browns defense will give Shedeur good field position. That's a fact. And the kid can make plays with his legs. And let's just get into Shedeur, right? So, Shedeur, I believe, was not a first-round pick. There's a lot of flaws in his game. He reminds me a lot of Geno Smith. A strong arm, accuracy downfield, can make plays with his legs. Except he doesn't turn the ball over like Geno. But he tries to make every play a game-winning touchdown, right? The dude would rather, show everybody his watch and be a hero and showboat than to make the check down or to take the first down, like the end of the game against the Cleveland Browns last week. He had a man wide open. There was a minute left on the clock. You have plenty of time. You take that first down and you live to play another down, and you could have been the hero and won your team the game, but you instead went for it all, and the defender made a damn good play. You had your guy one-on-one. Yeah, you take those shots, but you don't take those shots on fourth down with a minute left on the clock. So these are the reasons Shedeur Sanders has not started for the Browns. This is a reason why he was a third-string quarterback, a fourth-string quarterback, even a fifth-string quarterback at one time. So he's learned. He learned from his mistakes. He seems like, a very intelligent kid. Like he's gonna learn. When he had bad games in college, he had damn good games the week after. I don't think he's ever had back-to-back shitty weeks that I can remember. Let me know in the chat if y'all know. So the Raiders have their hands full, man. He's not a Dak Prescott, which I know people are going to hate on that, right? He's not a guy that's just going to stand in the pocket, that's going to get the ball out quick, that's going to make, quick decisions and then take his shots downfield. He's going to stand in the pocket. He's going to wait for the big play. And if you do that against this defense, he's going to pay. Going to pay badly, right? We seen Dak Prescott when he tried to hold the ball too long, when he tried to let plays develop to take shots down the field. Early in the game, Maxx Crosby came around the corner, got him a strip sack. Shout out to Maxx Crosby. Finally getting the ball out, man. We need that every single down. I see so many times where that man has a chance to just knock the ball out. Instead, you go for the sack, but it is what it is. You should be taught ball. But shout out to Maxx Crosby, for getting us one, getting us good field position. We'll talk about that later on. But when you have when you hold the ball too long, that's what happens, right? Maxx Crosby was lined up on one side. He ran a stunt all the way around to the other side of the tackle, completely around the field, and still had time to chase down, not a very fast quarterback in Dak Prescott. And Shedeur, he's not a fast quarterback either, right? He didn't run 40s. He didn't even participate at the combine, which I thought really hurt his draft stock, right? Go out there and make those throws. Show everybody you can. So when you don't do that, you're going to drop. But how ready is this kid, man? He wouldn't be starting, right? They would still be going with Dillon Gabriel right now if Dillon Gabriel didn't get a concussion and is in concussion protocol, which usually takes at least 2 weeks, probably a week to clear, but you want to give them a week to, get their head together, get their bearings. Having a concussion is it's not a joke, right? So would he even be starting if that never happened? And I feel like the answer is no. So is he prepared? Is he ready? Stefanski said that he will be taking all first team snaps in practice, which I don't know if that's the greatest thing, right? Because that's a Pete Carroll type decision. You let your starting quarterback take all the snaps in practice and you don't give your backup any time. So what happens if your guy gets hurt? It's the NFL. Guys get hurt. Guys get sacked. And quarterbacks that hold the ball way too long get sacked more than guys that get the ball out fast, right? You see where I'm going with this? So there is a possibility. There is a possibility. And you would think as a head coach that's, his job has been in question, could be on the hot seat, would do everything in his power to make sure if something does happen to your backup quarterback, you have you have a backup plan, right? It's the whole point of a backup quarterback, which the Raiders don't seem to grasp that concept. We got Kenny Pickett, a 5th-round pick, who hasn't even sniffed the grass, dude. Can't even smell it. Be right back. I'm still listening. Cool. Browns defense will give Shedeur field position. Leaky, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you. Yeah, I think their defense, golly, bro. Pull up tomorrow. We're going to break down film, not only on the Raiders. Don't worry. It's not a Raider film. We're doing Cleveland Brown defense breakdown, because if the Raiders do not come up with a better plan than what they had last week, it's going to be a hell of a long day, man. It's going to be a hell of a long day. Myles Garrett last week had 4 or 5 sacks, 5 quarterback hits, like 9 pressures, a tackle for a loss, you name it, whatever you could think of, a defensive end or edge rusher, however you want to call it, could possibly do. The man did it on double teams, triple teams, chipped, double chipped. I see him beat 3 guys in one play and get a sack twice in that game. Twice. He is going to be going against Stone Forsyth. Welcome to Allegiant Stadium, bro. Man, Forsyth is going to have a day, bro. He's going to have a day. And if I'm the Raiders, I said this last week, I'm going to keep saying it. I don't care if Genty gets hit every time he runs the ball in the backfield. Eventually, one's going to break. And when he breaks one, it's going to change a lot of things. It did in the Bears game. It has in other games. Some of those, broken runs for big plays were called back because of stupidity by young rookies. But we expect that. I'd rather have a young rookie make mistake than an Alex Kappa or a Forsythe that's been in the NFL for a long, long time, that is considered a veteran, that has played 100 times more snaps in the NFL than any of these guys we have right now. So, I got way more lenience with rookies, with young players, Aiden O'Connell, JPJ, right? DJ Glaze. I'm losing patience with, but I have more patience with these guys than I do guys that are veterans that are just getting work constantly, that are throwing 14 interceptions, 13 interceptions. I'm gonna say 14 because we'll have one next week, right? So we just put it out there. No, sorry, but 13 interceptions. So to me, you have to run the ball. You have to run the ball, and you have to run it at Myles Garrett. Yes, that sounds stupid as hell, right? Sounds stupid as hell. But I got an explanation for all my stupidity. I always do, man. I always do. So my eyes are tiny as hell. So run the ball at Myles Garrett. Not just with Ashton Jeanty, but also you run the ball with Raheem Mostert. He picked up a big first down on 3rd and 3 last week. He's had a bunch of good returns when they kicked that way to him when he touches the ball. Teams have went away from that. They don't want him to touch the ball. I want to see him touch the ball in open space. I want to see him catch the ball out of the backfield more, not in front of the damn quarterback, man. I couldn't express this enough. Not in front of the quarterback. And I know that's the easiest way, right? But it takes longer for them to get off of their block, through their block, whatever they're going, getting chipped, getting hit, getting bumped, whatever, to get back in front of your quarterback in the middle of the field when you can just run an out. And you don't have to run these high school out routes completely sideways, bro. Trickle upfield, right? At an angle. Run these routes at an angle. I'm so tired of seeing these guys, Jeanty mainly, catch the ball 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, bro. Like, if you're running it out, you should be catching it at least by the line of scrimmage, right? You don't have to run a straight line all the time. It takes way too long. It's slowing you down. So get the ball to Raheem Mostert, get it to Ashton Jeanty, and run at Myles Garrett. The reason is Forsythe is, okay, I won't say horrible. He's been way better than I thought he would. So I'll give him credit for that. But in the run game, he's been nasty. In the run game, the man is pancaking guys. He's putting guys on their back. It's happened twice in the last 2 weeks. In the run game, the guy is right in front of him, not on the side, right? Not where he can't see. The dude is straight at him. So he's strong. He's a big, strong dude. And if you get that wingspan and wrap Myles Garrett up, Ashton Jeanty is faster than him. Raheem Mostert is faster than him. You have to do what everybody does to Maxx Crosby, right? Teams constantly run at Maxx Crosby. Most teams' biggest plays against us are running right at our best defender. Do the same thing. Run the ball at Myles Garrett and wear him down, because I know that's hard to say. I don't know if you can wear Myles Garrett down. Maybe if you pass 45 times like we did last week. But no, you got to run the ball, man. You got to run the ball. You got to give this offensive line a chance to get physical, right? We ran the ball 7 times, bro. 7 times. Ask any offensive lineman who's ever lived, who's ever played, who, wish they could play, anybody that's an offensive lineman. Would they rather pass block or would you rather run block? It's run block. Offensive linemen are big. They're strong. They're physical. That's what they want to do. They want to use their strengths. And if it's a run block, you're leaning forward when the ball is snapped. You're trying to get drive, right? You're trying to get guys moving backwards. You're trying to, get off your double team and make sure you get to the next level and pick up that linebacker. You're trying to open up holes. It's more physical, right? You get to hit guys on the side when they're running if it's a big play, right? You get to lay guys out. That's what offensive linemen love. And when you get them in that rhythm, they pass block better. It shows around the NFL. Watch any team in the NFL that runs the ball good. The Colts, for instance, with Jonathan Taylor. That offensive line is nasty, but they're way more nastier when they're running the ball, right? That's what they want to do. They want to be able to get 5 yards and level guys on the run. They want to be able to hit guys, not trying to constantly go backwards and defend off somebody, right? So if you get in the rhythm of running the ball, if you can get this offensive line to go forward just a little bit, it don't have to be a lot, just a little bit. If you get the ball early moving forward, it gives us our best chance to win. And 6 touches. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. 6 touches. I can't even say that without I'm serious to God. I can't. You know what I'm trying to say. That many touches for a running back drafted 6th overall in the NFL draft. This offensive line has to be pissed, bro. They're like, where do we get to unleash our beast, our inner beast? Where do we get to get physical instead of constantly getting beat up? I guarantee you, Will Putnam, after the abuse he took last week of being on the ground, 3 times? I think the dude was on the ground, just getting bulldozed. Golly, we thought, and I like Will Putnam. I think he's got that dog in him, but you won't see it until we run the ball. And I think that's why he was out there, right? But we didn't run the ball, so I don't know why he was out there. I don't know why they switched up the offensive line. We'll get to that in a little bit more. But I'm telling you, if you get these offensive linemen out in space, bro, if you let these guys, get outside and hit some of these smaller guys, right, and get their blood boiling and get pumping, they're like, who's next, right? Come on. If you ever been in a fight, you get, I don't know, some people maybe not, but if you ever played football, right, you get your blood pumping, you get boiling when you smack somebody. If you play defense, on offense, if you get a nice block and you lay somebody out, man, it just makes your day better, your game better. You get a little swag to you, a little step, hip in your step. So that's what we need from this offensive line. That's what we need. We need to get them going. We need to reward them for at least trying to block Geno Smith, right? Because I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they're good. I'm not saying they've, been horrible either, because there's been plenty of times where Geno has had time to throw the ball, where he's had an open man. Instead, he just wants to hold the damn thing like he's in love with the football. Let it go, bro. It's not yours. It's not yours. They're going to give it back to you on the next play. You can throw it. It's okay, bro. It's not going to get hurt. I don't know what the infatuation is with the football, but if Geno would just throw the damn football. On some of these pass blocking plays, I think this O-line would be a lot happier also, right? You're asking them, and I know it hasn't been a lot, but we ran a lot of play action last week, like 18, 23 times or some shit. It's a lot. It's a lot of play action when you hand the ball off six times to your running back, man. It's a lot of play action. But the funny thing was, it actually worked. They bid on it because they didn't want to get beat by Ashton Jeanty, right? They would much rather have Geno on the run trying to, throw the ball. There's a way bigger chance Ashton Jeanty's going to break one for a touchdown than there is Geno Smith throwing a touchdown. There's a way bigger chance Geno Smith is going to throw an interception, right, than they are going to be able to stop Ashton Jeanty in the open space. So, Rosetown, what it do? Appreciate you. But yeah, man, that's my take. Again, you got to run the football. You have to run the football. They ran the ball last week against us with Williams 22 times, 98 yards, right? His first 3 carries were like 2 yards. He got a yard. I think he got 2 yards the next time. The next time he ran the ball, it was a loss for 3. So he was at negative. Did they pass the rest of the time? Hell no. They handed the ball back off to their running back. Imagine that. Imagine that. Actually feeding your running back so he can get going, so he can get in a rhythm, so he can set guys up. You can't set up defensive backs. You can't set up linebackers touching the ball 6 times in a game. That's when Brock Bowers only gets 3 passes, the whole entire Raider Nation loses their mind. The NFL loses their mind. ESPN, NFL Network, you name it. All these dudes lose their mind. Ashton Jeanty, they're like, oh, well, he's not doing very good. The offensive line can't block very good. Fucking, I don't know. I don't understand it. But I'm telling you, the keys to victory on the offense, take the ball out of Geno's hand. Well, the keys to victory are just take Geno out of the game completely, right? Put in AOC. He's back. He's ready to go. Start the cerebral assassin. Let's turn this shit around. But, Kenny Pickett, it doesn't matter. But the smart thing to do is take the ball out of Geno's hands, whether it's on the bench or whether he's in the game. I did breakdown after breakdown after breakdown of Geno Smith. I talked about Geno Smith until I probably literally threw up in my mouth a bunch of times, right? My ears were bleeding. I cried myself to sleep a couple times knowing this was going to be a rough season, and I made a stupid-ass prediction way too early. Way too early. But it is what it is. I really probably cried myself to sleep a lot of nights doing film breakdown of Geno, talking about Geno's stats, talking about his interceptions, talking about how great this O-line has to be for us to win games, right? And none of that's come through tuition. It's been an up and down rocky road for our O-line. It's been horrible quarterback play. We have a 6th overall pick that touches the ball 6 times in a game at home against a defense that was ranked 28th in every category. Yes, they got Quinnen Williams. Yes, that changed the story, right? But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let's get into this chat. I don't see too many people, not too many people talking. So what do we got? Shedeur is going to make headlines Monday morning if he plays his way, especially against the shittiest team on earth. I don't see that. I don't see that. It might happen. It might, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everybody was right. Maybe the Raiders were wrong. Maybe the other 31 teams in the NFL were all wrong. Maybe there's a big possibility. Maybe it was, just a big scandal against Shedeur to make sure he falls and learns a lesson. That could be it. And we will find out. We will find out Sunday. I just don't see that was the case, man. I just don't see it. He makes damn good passes, right? He had probably the longest pass in the last 3 or 4 weeks for the Cleveland Browns over the middle. And we'll see how it turns out, man. We'll see how it turns out. We have, he's got an okay offensive line. I would say they're better than ours, right? I think they run the ball better than us. I think they pass block better than us. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I think Maxx Crosby has a chance to be Maxx Crosby, and he has a chance to, get blocked and chipped all the time because they have a lot of running backs. They have some good tight ends, some big tight ends, right? could be a problem if we can't get to Shedeur. If you can't put pressure on this dude right off the rip, it could be a long night, man. It could be a long night, right? We are horrible in cover 3 when it comes to the deep ball. We leave every part of the, every part of the field open that you're not supposed to leave open in a cover 3. We got guys pointing the finger, and again, stay tuned for the breakdown tomorrow, but we got guys pointing fingers, right? You take that guy, and he's taking nobody. He's just stopping. So, man, if you give this man time to throw, Shedeur is going to cook us over the top, bro. Cook us. Rebel knows a lot of facts. Hasn't run out of things to say. That's pretty strong. Appreciate it, my guy. I predicted 12-5 too. I know, bro. I know, man. I know. We drank the Kool-Aid. We smoked the stuff. I don't know. Rebel, I predicted I was in Loved Ones. Turns out it was just gas. Oh, shit. Love is a strange thing, man. Love is a strange thing. I didn't like the Shedeur hype before the draft, but in the 5th, he was worth the risk. We could have competed against. He could have competed against Geno. Gino. 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 Oh, Geno. I don't think anybody could have competed against Geno. That's sorry. Now you got me saying it. That's the problem, though. I apologize, Geno Smith. I didn't mean to call you that. That's the problem, though. That is the problem. Is nobody was going to be able to compete. There was no competition. Pete didn't allow it, man. I said it yesterday on my live. I have from a lot of good sources that you were not allowed to talk to Geno Smith in the locker room if you had a problem with his play. If he played bad in the game, if he turned the ball over, if he fumbled the ball in the red zone, if he turned the ball over in the red zone, you were not allowed to talk to Geno or confront him about it. You had to go to Pete Carroll's office and talk to Pete Carroll about your problems with another grown man in the NFL. The NFL. That's a problem to me. That's a huge problem. A huge problem. And Shedeur in the 5th, I wouldn't have been mad at it. I wouldn't have been mad at it, except for the fact that do we really need more dumbass fans? I mean, sorry. Do we need more casual fans, right? Because Cleveland's fans right now, probably more than half of their fan base are Shedeur fans. They don't really care about Cleveland Browns. Most of them could care less if the Browns win or not. They care if Shedeur wins. They care if Shedeur does good. So did we really need that in Vegas? Do we really need somebody bigger than the Shield? We already have one of those players. I'm not going to name names. We all know who it is. We have one of those. Bigger than the Shield. Everybody talks about the GOAT, right? We can't have that in Vegas, man. You can't have two of those. There's, there might even be, 3 people bigger than the Shield right now. One in Pete Carroll's eyes, and probably 3 in the other, right? So it's rough. It's rough. That means Gina has no friends in the locker room. I'm sure. Like, if you go to work and your boss says, y'all go over there and whatever your job is, right? And, yo, Steve, you come with me, bro. You come with me. And he takes you in his truck and he takes you out to the store and he buys you lunch He buys you, some Gatorade, buys you some snacks for later on, and y'all come back an hour and a half later, and these fools are still over there working. And then you get out with your food, and you get out with your snacks, and your big ass drink, right? And a smile on your face an hour and a half later. And then you go over there and you just watch them fools work until you finish your lunch. And then you start working. You think them dudes are going to want to hang out with you? You think they're going to want to be your buddy? You think they're even going to want to talk to you? Hell no. Those dudes are going to do everything they can to be as far away from your brown nosing ass as possible, right? I don't know. I don't know what Pete Carroll's thinking, man. We got to move on from Pete. We have a quarterback sitting on the practice squad that we drafted, and yes, I do believe that Sanders would have had the Tim Tebow effect. Oh, I know. Like, I know for a fact. You see it in Cleveland, right? You see the fan base has been trying to fire their coach, kind of like certain content creators do every single year, trying to trade players that we need, trying to fire coaches before they get a chance. We see it, man. We see it, right? We see it everywhere. I have to jump, y'all. Much love. Be well. Hey, I appreciate you for showing up, man. You have a good one. So, all right, man, let's get into this. No more waiting. Do the Las Vegas Raiders, do they have enough players to keep, right? We have 23 free agents. I didn't get a list of who they are. Shit. But, however, I got something else somewhere. Fuck, hold on. I gotta move it. Damn it. Cancel. All right. Give me a second. What the hell is going on? What is going on, chica? Aha! All right. Let's try this again, bro. Let's try this again. All right. No, I don't want to invite guests. All right, what the fuck? Come on, man. Share screen. Voila. Window. This bitch. That bitch. Ta-da. Big baby. Hey, so the loss to the Vegas to the Raiders. Let's go over this, man. Let's go over this. Damn, I don't have nothing to keep track. I should have put this in the document so I could erase guys. But we'll just do it another way. Trey Tucker, man. You have Trey Tucker, right? Been in the NFL 3 years, drafted in the third round, has never had over 500 yards passing, has never had over 10 touchdowns. I don't think he's ever even had over 5 touchdowns in the NFL. Trey Tucker. Is Trey Tucker a guy you keep? What the hell are all these ads on here? Is Trey Tucker a guy we keep, right? 23 free agents. You got to keep some guys. Is Trey Tucker a guy worth keeping? Is it the quarterback play that's hindering Trey Tucker's performance? Is it the coaching that is hindering his performance? They're not getting him on those slant routes, on the drag routes. When they do run them, he's open. The ball doesn't get thrown to him. Geno's trying to hold the ball to hit the deep target down the field. So Trey Tucker, man, let me know. 8 people in the building. Do we keep Trey Tucker? Or do we try to trade him at the end of the season? Next year will be, I do believe, his money year. you know, I say we keep Trey Tucker on the roster. You know, whether it's a backup role. He did make a stupid move. Join me for a film breakdown tomorrow night. You know, on out there on the punt returns, he should have let that ball go into the end zone. He looked like he didn't know if he wanted to catch it. Then he decided to catch it. Then he didn't want to catch it. And then by the time he made his decision, because he was indecisive, like a lot of people on the team, cost us a lot. Is why we had the ball where we did. And then a penalty, you get a false start, brings us all the way back to the 1 yard line, right? So Trey Tucker hasn't done a lot, but hasn't had a lot. Geomeg says keep. Trey Tucker and AOC have good chemistry. I believe that. Jack Besh is a rookie. The rookies, I'm just going to assume we're keeping. There's no reason to let these guys go. We don't know anything. They haven't played shit. So Jack Besh, we're keeping. Tyler Lockett. I don't know. If you need a veteran in the locker room, we don't really have one. At the price, if he doesn't want more at the end of the season to stay around, right? He's only on that 1 year deal. It's not a lot of money. I say keep Tyler Lockett. I think without Geno Smith, you know, Tyler Lockett could be a little bit more valuable. But even if he doesn't get on the grass, right? Even if he doesn't get on the grass, he's a veteran that we need in the locker room. So depending on who we all get rid of and who are free agents, you know, actually, I say just get rid of Tyler Lockett. I changed my mind, bro. Just get rid of Tyler Lockett. I don't want nothing to do with Seattle players. Sorry, bro, you got to go. We'll get another veteran to take your place. I'm out on Tyler Lockett. Next is Dante Thornton Jr. That's a keep. Alex Bachman, man. Alex Bachman's been on the practice squad for 2 years. He's got in games. You know, he's been on the punt return. He's been in and out of the lineup. Hasn't really showed a lot. Man, this is the problem with this team, bro. This is my problem with this team is how do you evaluate who you keep and who you don't when they don't use the guy the way they should, right? They want to line Alex Bachman up as the Z receiver or the X receiver sometimes instead of, you know, man, let him play the Y, right? Line him up inside. Move the tight end out there to the X, which we usually do. Get this man in a slot position. Let him, you know, let him get some drag routes. Let him get some slants and use his legs and his skills, kind of like a Hunter Renfrow, you know, to make plays out there, which I've seen Alex Bachman do, right? He can do if you give him the opportunity. But if you don't, if you don't use these guys right, which the Las Vegas Raiders have not used anybody right. So Tyler Lockett, we're moving on from. Dante Thornton, we're keeping. Alex Bachman, I say move on. Geomeg says keep Bachman. I'm gonna say move on. I like the kid. I think somebody else could use him better on a roster. There's a lot of teams. I think he'd be a great asset for a team like the Giants with Jackson Dart. You know, a guy that you can hit on short routes to have kind of a security blanket. I haven't seen Alex Bachman, you know, drop a lot of passes. Possibly on another team, right? We need to rebuild. We need to get rid of all these cats. Stone Forsythe, gotta go. Charles Grant, stepping up. Dylan Parham, do we play Tippett? Do we pay Dylan Parham? Right? This is his contract year, I do believe. Man, depending on what he wants, right? If he wants a lot more money than he's making now, I'm saying move on from Dylan Parham. Just move on from Dylan Parham. Cut your ties. But if he's willing to come back, you know, as a backup role, because that's where he's going to be. If you want to come back and compete for your job when we draft, after the draft and after free agency, you know, next year, then bring Dylan Parham back. Caleb Rogers is a yes. So far we got Jack Besh, Thornton, Dante Thornton, Charles Grant, Caleb Rogers, Trey Tucker coming back. We got 23 free agents we got to get rid of. Forsythe gone. Parham, it's an if. We'll put it at a maybe. Jordan Meredith, absolutely, I'm saying yes, because whether he's starting or not at the guard position, he's valuable. He's valuable on the offensive, on the field goal unit, right? He's valuable on the punt team, and he's valuable at right guard, in my opinion. He should be the starter. But if he doesn't show something at right guard the rest of the year, if he keeps getting dominated, right, by these big, strong tackles, then you got to move on from him too, man. He's a UDFA. We've given him a chance. Has he had the greatest chance? Probably not. But I'm saying just move on from Jordan Meredith too, man. Alex Kappa, down the road. Got to go. Damn it. Did I hit the button? Son of a bitch. Fuck my life. I don't know what the hell I did. All right. Alex Kappa, man. No. Take your lumps. You got to go. DJ Glaze. I'm saying yes. Bye-bye Parham, unless he accepts $25 an hour. DJ Glaze. I'm saying yes on DJ Glaze, man, right? He's on a cheap deal. You let him compete for a spot. You let the man compete for his job. And, I'm saying yes to the DJ, to the Glaze. Brock Bowers. I mean, there's no question, no doubt about it. Keeping Brock Bowers. I shouldn't even mention his name. Ian Thomas. Ian Thomas is a guy that GeoMax, you never hit me up, bro. I thought we were gonna do a little unpublished live so you could pull up one of these nights. This would have been a good night to pull up. You could have voiced your opinion, but we'll get it popping one night. We'll get it popping. So Ian Thomas, man. Ian Thomas, I would say yes. But then again, when I see him blocking, as big as he is, man, I don't know. But, he adds a weapon that we don't have with the third tight end. So I'm keeping him. Michael Mayer, I'm keeping. Carter Runyon, I'm definitely keeping. I think if we put him on the practice squad again, somebody's stealing this dude, which I think might be on the practice squad. Again, I don't know if they put him back on the practice squad or not. But Carter Runyon, man, he showed me a lot every time he gets out there. The Duke can block. He's aggressive. He has good hands. He runs solid-ass routes, and he's a big-ass dude that should be used more on the goal line, I think. So Carter Runyon, I'm keeping on that. I don't know who's keeping track of this, but Geno Smith, got to go. I'm keeping Aiden O'Connell. I'm keeping Kenny Pickett because we gave up a 5th round for him, and there's no reason to waste a 5th round. Nobody's going to give that back. If they do want Kenny Pickett, and they will be willing to give a 4th round pick, we'll get into that here in a minute. After I go through this lineup, we'll get into the Kenny Pickett, Aiden O'Connell situation and what we should do there. But Kenny Pickett, I'm keeping on this roster. Ashton Genty, I'm keeping. Raheem Mostert, I'm moving on. And I'll tell you why I'm moving on here in a little bit. Dylan Labe. God, I like Dylan Labe. But I'm probably moving on. I mean, I know he's on a rookie deal. I know he's not being used well. only in, on kickoffs. Um, I'm keeping him. I'm keeping him. I'm keeping him unless something better comes along, right? So Dylan Labe, I'm going to keep. Zamir White, you got to go, bro. You got to go. I don't know if I don't know. I think this is his contract year, right? So yeah, we're not paying him. He's going to be up. Got to go. Maxx Crosby, got to go. Tyree Wilson, got to go. No, I'm just kidding. Thomas can be replaced. Yeah, but are we going to tight end? Are we gonna go get one in free agency? I'd rather have one that knows Brock Bowers, that knows, Michael Mayer, because that's who they line up against a lot next to each other. So I'd rather have a guy that kind of, knows them, knows a little bit more. Promote Miller and draft a quarterback, cut Pickett. See, I'm not cutting Kenny Pickett. I'm keeping Miller on the practice squad for another year or maybe half a year. And, if he shows signs, then you bring him up. But to me, I'm starting this year out if they don't draft a quarterback. Kenny Pickett, Aiden O'Connell, y'all are batting it out, right? This team is trash. We're not going to win next year no matter what we do. There's just too many holes. More than likely, it'll be another head coach. So, to me, yeah, Labe's getting better. I mean, I'm a Dylan Labe guy. Like I said, I was rooting for the guy. I said the Raiders were going to draft him. They did draft him, but they're wasting his talent, man. He would help another team. When he's out there in the passing game, he's caught passes. He can't block very well. So when he's out there, he's either going out for a pass, right? Or he's running the ball. And, if you have an O-line, that's not a problem. You can fix that, right? White is not right. Not in the NFL, bro. Not in the NFL unless you play lineman or quarterback. Shit. Or tight end. So Maxx Crosby. Oh, now we're on the defense. Maxx Crosby, we keep. Tyree Wilson, we keep. Adam Butler, he's on a 3-year contract. If we keep him, I think we feel obligated to play him. He's done okay this year. I know he's had some back problems. That means he's getting up there, right? Already starting to have the back problems, the issues. I don't know how long you go on with that, right? So Adam Butler, I'm keeping around. Tonka Hemingway's a rookie. I'm keeping around. JJ Pegues, I'm keeping around. They're both getting promoted. Jonah Laulu is a free agent, I do believe. I'm keeping Jonah Laulu. I'm keeping him. I'm keeping him. Thomas Booker is a free agent. Unless we're stopping the run, right? If Thomas Booker's price is right, I'm possibly keeping him for, third down situations, goal line. I think that's where he's at his best. But I'm replacing him on the other 2 downs with somebody else. So Booker, possibly not. Leaky Fotu, cut, right? He's been in, he's been out, he's been in, he's been out. Hasn't really done shit. He did have a sack. Are they just not using him right? We don't need a true, one technique, or a 2-eye or a 3-eye, which I don't think he even plays on that side. I think he plays more like the 2-eye, if I'm correct. So I'm trying to get better. If there's something better, then yeah, bro, you're just released and we're replacing you. Charles Snowden, I'm keeping Snowden around. I'm possibly keeping Malcolm Kuntz, right? Let me know what y'all thoughts are on all these. To the 3 people in the building, I'm keeping Malcolm Kuntz, but you're not getting 12 mil, right? You're re-signing for, a league minimum. You're going to have to prove to this team that you're worth the money you got, unless somebody offers him a bunch of money. If somebody offers him a bunch of money and he moves on, that's fine. Move on. I like Malcolm Kuntz, but you haven't impressed me this year, and you've been a major disappointment in my eyes. A Landon Roberts. I'm moving on from a Landon Roberts. I'm drafting a linebacker this year, and I'm drafting a linebacker in the 1st or 2nd round, and he is going to be my starting linebacker. I'm promoting Coney Lindenberg if he can show in camp that he deserves it, right? Devin White, man, I'm keeping Devin White just for the locker room, unless again, if he doesn't make the roster, but I'm giving him a chance, right? Landon Roberts, I'm giving a chance. Devin White, I'm giving a chance. In the offseason, you compete for your job. If you're getting beat by the young guys that I'm bringing in the draft, in the UDFA, in free agency, even in trades, if you can't hang with those guys, you got to go. So you get your opportunity to compete. Tommy Eichenberg, right? Tommy, Tommy Eichenberg is what his third year. Man, I'm keeping him. I'm letting him compete. Jamin Davis, he showed me a little bit last week. I'm probably bringing him back, signing him to another deal. Jamal Adams, I'm bringing back. John Radigan, I don't know. You know, I'm definitely not keeping him as a linebacker. So he's not going to be one of my 6 linebackers on the roster, that's for sure. Probably give him, you get 93 guys in camp. Bring them in, let them compete. But by compete, I mean you're competing. You're not just, okay, you're handed the spot because you're Pete Carroll's guy and you're going to play special teams, right? No, I'm not. I'm done with that shit. I like Robertson White. Their numbers are horrible. Their big plays have been here and there, hit or miss. Their coverage has been awful. If the only reason I'm keeping a Landon Roberts or Jamal Adams is on third down situations, is on goal line situations, is on short yardage situations. That's the only time those dudes are coming in the game for me. Eric Stokes, I'm bringing back. There's not even a question. DeCamarion Richardson should be on the field. I don't know what the flip this stupid franchise is doing with this young man. DeCamarion Richardson needs to be on the field. I'm keeping DeCamay. Isaiah Palomau. Shout out for the $2 holler in the building. Unleashing the Raiders. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Salute. How is my night going? My night would be good. I got my 4 people in the building, keeping up with the info. So, we good. 4 people, 2 sites. We rocking. We rocking, bro. No, we good. Eric Stokes definitely needs to come back. DeCamarion Richardson needs to come back with a different staff, a staff that, possibly believes in this young kid and is going to give him a damn opportunity. I believe he's shown it in the preseason. I don't think he was bad. I believe when he was out there, in camp, from what we were seeing, he has good hip movement. He has good, ball awareness. He has a bad coach. He has a bad coach. Isaiah Palomau. This is a hard one, bro. This is a hard one. I'm bringing him in, right? Of course, I'm bringing him in camp. I'm letting him compete for his job. But you're competing. If you get blown out in coverage constantly, I'm not bringing you on the roster just to play you in the box. I already have Jeremy Chin. I already have Christian McCollum. I already have Jamal Adams, right? I already have these type of cats. There's no reason for Isaiah Palomau, in my opinion, to be here. I don't care about USC. We have to move on. And I don't know if he's going to be a free agent or not. I don't know what his stance are. I'll look that all up in here in a second. Lonnie Johnson Jr., I'm bringing back. I'm giving him a chance to compete. Tristan McCullough, the same thing. Ty Blue Kelly, the same. Darian Porter's coming back. Jeremy Chin. And Darnay Holmes, I'm done with. I'm not bringing you back. You don't get a chance to compete. The long snapper, Jacob Bobmeyer, I'm bringing in another long snapper. You're competing for your job this year. AJ Cole, you're good. Daniel Carlson, I'm bringing in. I'm drafting a kicker. Sorry. I'm doing it. Whether it's 6th round, 7th round, whether it's a UDFA, I'm getting a kicker. I'm bringing in a kicker for this team, and you're competing for your job with him and probably a free agent. Alex Bachman will not be running kick returns. Trey Tucker, you're done. Raheem Mostert, Dylan Labe, Zamir White, you are all done running kickoff returns, punt returns for my Las Vegas Raiders. I am drafting one of the top kickoff and punt returners in all of college football, and I will groom him as a receiver if he is already not that, right? That's what I'm doing. Philip Dorsett, Philip Dorsett, I'm letting you compete, man. You haven't gotten an opportunity when you did with Aiden O'Connell, right? When you got your shot with Aiden O'Connell, the dude was throwing bombs to him. They were making plays. Cedric Jackson, I'm keeping on this roster. I think he should be in the game a long time ago. He's a veteran. Geno Smith is constantly bitching about these young receivers don't have it. Cedric Jackson has the speed. He has the fucking flipping talent. He has the veteran leadership, right? Not really a veteran, but he's been bounced around in the NFL. He's been on a bunch of teams. He's seen good. He's seen bad. He knows how the shit works. Cedric Jackson, in my opinion, is coming back, but he should already be on this roster getting reps. Why does it say DJ Turner? Did we bring back DJ Turner? What the hell? This got to be a misprint. Hold on. Let me see. 11-19 updated. Did I miss something? Did we bring back DJ Turner? Bro, I'm gonna be stoked. Can somebody let me know? Oh, there's only 4 people in here. I got no mods in the building. I thought Gio was a mix. Gio was a mix. I thought Gio was a mod. My bad, G. But it says DJ Turner, bro. And if DJ Turner is on the roster, yo, I don't know why we ever cut him. I like DJ Turner. I thought he should have been running kickoff and punt returns. He's explosive. DJ Turner is back. What? How did I not know this? What the hell? Raider Menace in the building. Shout out for making my day, bro. Activate that fool. How long has it been? Where am I been? Am I sleeping? Damn, bro. Welcome back, DJ Turner, bro. This could have changed the whole season. You got a guy like a Debo, right? Like Shedeur Sanders that you can hand the ball off to, that you can come up with gadget plays for, that can help you on special teams. Why is he not? 3 weeks ago, maybe I just gave up on the Raiders altogether because I don't know how I missed this, dude. I don't know how I missed DJ Turner back with the Raiders, bro. You've been called worse like Geno. Damn it, Candy. Damn it, Candy. Yo, so shout out DJ Turner in the building, bro. Put a smile on my face. Why is this man not acclimated to the roster yet? Yo, Pete Carroll, you a clown, bro. Oh. So I'm bringing back DJ Turner, bro. He should have never been released. So underutilized when he was here, bro. So underutilized. I gotta go get back to my daughter's play out. Oh shit. Appreciate you, man. Good luck. Hope they win. If she wins, congratulate her for me. Appreciate you popping in. Dalton Wagner, bro. Dalton Wagner. If I'm this coaching staff, right? If I'm this coaching staff, I believe he's another free agent. They sign him to another 1-year deal. If I'm this coaching staff, which I know they won't do because they just don't have the intelligence, I'm acclimating. I'm bringing up. You cut 2 guys, right? That means somebody's got to come up. Is it DJ Turner? Is it Dalton Wagner? To me, it's Dalton Wagner, bro. I'm bringing Dalton Wagner up. No doubt about it. 100,000 million %. DJ Glaze has struggled badly. Dalton Wagner played his ass off in preseason, and I really don't care how anybody feels about it. It was on tape. He had his moments, right? But in the run game, I've said this, and I'm gonna keep saying it. In the run game, if we want to run the damn football at home in front of the nation, Dalton Wagner, bro, Dalton Wagner, put him in there. Give him his opportunity. If DJ Glaze struggles the first time, he gives up a pressure, a sack, whatever it is, be like, boom. And it don't have to be the whole game, right? Just let him know there's somebody behind you. There's somebody fucking behind you. That's what this team needs to know. Whether it's Maxx Crosby, whether it's Tyree Wilson, whether it's Will Putnam, whether it's DJ Glaze, whether it's Forsythe, none of these dudes have any fear of losing their job. They don't have any fear of being benched for somebody else. Geno especially, right? All of Pete's guys, they don't have any fear of losing their job. Forsythe's like, bro, who you gonna put in? Who you gonna put in? You're gonna put in Charles Grant, who's not ready? You're gonna put in Caleb Rogers? I'm making money, bro. I'm making money. I'm not gonna be with this team next year. Do you really feel? I feel like a lot of these dudes don't give a shit about these players in the locker room, and I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong, and I hope to God I'm wrong, right? I hope to God I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of these players are just like, man, right? Why commit a bond? Pete Carroll probably not going to be here. Chip Kelly more than likely shouldn't be here, unless this is all Pete Carroll not letting him do his job, which I'm starting to believe that could very well be the possibility. So what do we do here, man? What do we do here? Like, you bring in a Dalton Wagner. You put him on the field, and you say, Forsythe, DJ Glaze, which one of you's coming out of the game first? Because the first one to screw up, bro, you're coming out. You're coming out, and Dalton Wagner is coming in. Layden Robinson. Did they release him? I thought they released him. Yeah, they released him. No? Chris Smith ain't on here? So they have Chris Smith off. Anyways, we're on the practice squad. So this is guys on the practice squad. We already talked about Philip Dorsett. We already talked about Cedric Jackson, DJ to the Turner, Justin Shorter. You bring him in, you let him compete, right? You let him in, you let him compete. If it's a different coaching staff, you give him that opportunity. Lackey Tassie, absolutely. If I'm the Raiders, I'm bringing Lackey Tassie up, and I'm being like, all right, let's see how smart you are as an NFL player. You've had your opportunity. You've been on the, you've been in the on the practice squad for a long time, going up against Maxx Crosby, going up against Jonah Laulu, going up against Tyree Wilson, going up against Thomas Booker, right? This dude has been out there, and I don't know how much reps he's getting, but he's the guard. He's the guard out there with Antonio Mafi, right? So they brought up Mafi. They didn't bring up Lackey Tassie. Mafi is 320, 6'4", a big-ass dude. Maybe they plan on using him. Maybe they don't. But I want to see Lackey Tassie before the season is up. I want to see him get in the game. I want to see him play the full game. I want to see him show, look, we have some faith in you. We're going to put you out there. If you continue to do good, but we're not going to make you look like a fool and lose confidence. If you struggle, we're taking you out. But it's not because, it's not because we don't believe in you. It's because you're not ready. But we need to see if you're ready or not, because this is the way the season has gone. So we need to figure out what we have in these guys. Lackey Tassie, I'm bringing back. I'm letting compete. Antonio Mafi, what I've seen from that dude, unless he has improved from the preseason, please, God, help us. Please tell me he's improved. Albert Okalawambe, whatever the hell. Albert OK Jr. You got to go, bro. As big as a body as you are, they haven't brought you up yet to, to try to help out, to try to do anything on the goal line. And I don't know how raw the dude is, but I think he's been around for a while now. And if you haven't picked it up, right now, bro, you I don't know. So Cam Miller definitely keeping. Chris Collier, I'm bringing back and I'm letting him compete for a job, but I'm looking for another running back in this draft. In the third and the fourth round, and I'm bringing somebody that can help Ashton Genty, but also push Ashton Genty, right? I feel like, man, he's the only thing. He's gonna be that dude for a while. Bring somebody in to push this man. A hammer, thunder and lightning, right? Hammer and nail, whatever you want to call it. But Collier, I'm bringing back. Jafari Harvey, I still don't know why he hasn't got at least brought up one time and got a play or two to see what he can do. I'm bringing back. Same thing with Trevin Maye, bro. Trevin Maye is a dog. He showed the dog in preseason, right? He's got that, that I don't know what Hawaiian, Samoan bloodline. I don't know, what nationality he is, but of that, got that dog in him, right? He's got that Islander in him. So I would have already brought this kid up, man, on a defensive line that struggled like they have when Adam Butler was hurt, right? I would have already brought up Mafi, so I'm keeping him. Grady Vance, Terrell Edmonds, you got to give a shot. And Joseph Gregg probably not going to be here. So those are my dudes like that I'm keeping. Those are the dudes I'm letting go. Does it say who is what? Let me see. No. All right. So, those are my guys I'm keeping, bro. Those are the dudes I'm dealing with. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Again, there's a lot of holes on this roster, man. There is a lot of holes on this roster. But there's a lot of players, right? There's a lot of players. So, oh shit, I just fucking got rid of that. But the question was asked: are there 10 players on this roster that you would keep? And my answer is yes. I feel like there's about 15 guys on this team that I would definitely like to bring back, that I would like to, see maybe with a different coaching staff, maybe with a different coordinator, whether it's offense or defense, right? And see how somebody else would use these guys. But other than that, that's 20 guys. There's only 23, right? Only 23 free agents. Out of those dudes, cancel. Out of those dudes, shout out for the $3 smackaroo. Pure character strength is arm forward, raising what? Pure character stretching his arm forward, raising his thumb up. You don't know why it doesn't show me the damn things. AO to the C. All right, let's talk about AOC. So AOC has been brought up off of IR. Pete Carroll has said he's getting reps with the ones against the number one defense, right? But he's not getting any reps with the number one offense. So he's not going to get out there. There's no chemistry. But if Geno gets hurt, it would be nice to see AOC. I believe if the Raiders want to put some asses in the seats, right? If they don't want it 80-20 Cleveland Brown fans, if you want Las Vegas Raider fans to show up, I guarantee you there's a lot more Aiden O'Connell fans in Las Vegas than there are Geno Smith. So you start Aiden O'Connell, you bring him along all week, you pull one over on the Cleveland Browns, right? You pull the wool over their eyes. You think they're going with Geno Smith. You start Aiden O'Connell. You have number 12 Aiden O'Connell versus number 12 Shedeur Sanders going head to head. Raider Nation, 90, probably 8% of them wanted Shedeur Sanders to be drafted by the Las Vegas Raiders. The other 98% of them hate Aiden O'Connell for whatever reason I'll never figure out. I would love to see Aiden O'Connell come in and battle head-to-head against, Shedeur Sanders that everybody thought would replace this kid if he was drafted. I would love to see the head-to-head matchup. I would love to see the spark from the Las Vegas Raiders offense, because a lot of these offensive linemen that are on this roster right now have played with Aiden O'Connell. They believe in Aiden O'Connell. They play better when Aiden O'Connell is in the fucking game, and it is shown over and over and over and over and over again when he comes in off the bench, whether he starts, it doesn't matter. They play better. They move the ball down the field. Even with bad running backs last year, they ran the damn ball. That is the thing to do. That is the right thing to do. If you're Pete Carroll, if you're Spytek, have some balls. If you hear me, John Spytek, have some balls. Make the call. Tell Pete Carroll, we want Raider asses in the seats, not Shedeur Brown fans. We want to see Aiden O'Connell or Kenny Pickett, but I believe Aiden O'Connell puts more asses in the seats than Kenny Pickett ever will. And I think fans will come out to see this matchup. So I think that's the way to go, man. Will the Raiders do it? No. Am I trying to give everybody's hopes up? No. I'm just saying what I believe, what I feel should be done, and what I would do is if I was head coach of this, organization, that would be my plan, bro. I would go with AOC. I would say, okay, one of the best defenses in the NFL against this shitty-ass offensive line, just like Josh McDaniels did to the guy he drafted, Aiden O'Connell. The Raider Nation was calling for Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell, Aiden O'Connell. Oh, how quick the Raider Nation turns their back on the flipping Aiden O'Connell, who was drafted a Las Vegas Raider for every damn quarterback that you can possibly think of to bring in and put in front of this kid. Oh, how fast we turn our back on what is ours, drafted here. I don't care if it was drafted by Josh McDaniels. It was drafted a Raider. He was a Raider. He's still a Raider. He was drafted a Raider. He deserves respect in this organization for what he's done when he's been out there on the football field. And there was a time everybody in Allegiant Stadium was calling for Aiden O'Connell. There was a time when every content creator was calling for Aiden O'Connell. How quickly we turn our back because the team was shit. The offensive line was shit. The play calling was shit. How quickly we turn on players. But that's fine. If he gets his opportunity, he's going to show everybody, like Shedeur is planning on going and showing everybody, he deserved to be picked number one. Aiden O'Connell will show that he is that dude once again. And I don't think Pete Carroll has the balls enough to put Aiden O'Connell in, because I guarantee you I will put it on everything. The Aiden O'Connell will show he is better than Geno Smith with a bad offensive line. He has better chemistry with this team. He can run this offensive better. I believe this offensive line will play harder for him. But I don't think Pete Carroll has the balls to do it, because he doesn't want to be wrong. He has 40 years NFL experience. He's won 10 games every single year, right? Come on, man. Show me your true character. Have the balls to put in A. O'Connell if Geno struggles in the first quarter, the first two drives. If they're not points on the board, pull the man. If it's an interception, pull the man. Put in Aiden O'Connell. Make the change. See if you can go with that. For that, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to read these comments and I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'm going to try to make these short. Maybe more people will watch them. But AP did a good job last year, giving a lot of players a chance to compete for the practice squad. And yeah, all had the next man up mentality. It's a little sticker of a guy giving a thumbs up. LOL. Appreciate you for the sticker. I appreciate everybody in the live yesterday and the day before that gave me stickers. Y'all ain't in here, but if you watch the video, shit, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, bro. I had 3 people in here really this whole entire live for an hour and a half. Man. But never give up like the Raiders, right? Like John Cena. Never give up. I was kidding. It's got to get better. Somebody's going to catch my takes. Somebody's going to see that I was right, that I've been right, and I continue to be right. But until then, I appreciate y'all rocking with your guy for an hour and a half, man. The Raiders want to if they want to win this game, mark my words, you run the ball right at the best defender in all of football and Myles Garrett. You wear the man down. You make his job rough by having Forsythe, who is one of the best blocking linemen we have on this team, with a tight end like Brock Bowers, like Michael Mayer, running at full speed, not jogging very, very, very slow, down set hike, right? If you put a man in motion, act like you got some motion in your potion in the ocean, bro. Run your ass. Act like you want to be out there, whether it's Brock, Michael Mayer, I don't care. Trey Tucker, when you're in motion, man, run your ass, bro. Run. That's why you're in motion, to get advantage of the guy that's standing flat-footed, waiting to try to guard your ass. Put him in motion. Run him fast. If you get Forsythe and, if he gets by him, right, you already have a guy coming in full motion. Snap the ball, not after he's passed, before he gets to the quarterback. Put him in motion, snap the ball. You have full time to get over there, get Michael Mayer on Myles Garrett, and chip block this man and take him out of this game like they do Maxx Crosby every single week. And with that, I'm out. Peace. Raiders. Much love. Appreciate the real ones.